Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Last Protagonist playthrough of Demon Souls. Hope you're all doing super well. Happy Friday. Alright, so yesterday we left off going through 1-3, or no, that was 1-4, wasn't it? To try to find Yuria, but apparently we need the entire official attire set. And not just the helmet / mask or whatever you want to call it. And so, after kind of floundering through that area for a while and defeating the Penetrator, I decided to come back to the mines to go see Patches, and we inadvertently met Skurver, so that was pretty cool. Mercy and Katie, nice to see you. 5-1 and 5-2 today, right? Maybe. I was thinking of potentially going to Castle Latria next after this, just to meet Sage Freke at first to get his spells. Although, actually I don't remember how far you really need to progress to actually free him. So I'm not sure. Maybe. If that's where the last official that we'll need to get is, then we'll probably head that way. I know I didn't go fight the official in this mine yet, so we'll definitely need to go through this area to meet him. And I remember this area being really annoying, and I don't think it actually had anything super significant. There were a bunch of the annoying like winged bugbears, so I don't really want to deal with this. I'm kind of curious how effective. Oh yeah, I never used water veil. I'm a bit curious. Okay. That was not the play. I believed in water veil a little bit too much. Hey Astanex, nice to see. The key is in 3-1 and you don't even need to kill the Fool's Idol? Okay. That's what I thought, but I couldn't remember if you actually had to progress through the Fool Idol fight. Thanks for letting me know, though. So we went through all that trouble yesterday of getting down there and killing the one bugbear, only to just get immediately destroyed. course it punched. So weird how that works. Skerber's probably still in his spot, I would hope. But he didn't have anything else to say to us after we showed him the dragon bone sword. So I'd be really surprised if he did now. But may as well get the crystal lizard while we can. Alright, now Skerber.
Take care of this one, will you? She's a stunner.
I literally don't even remember what he gave us for it to be a stunner. And that item's probably negligible too, but yeah, I'm not going to go back for it. Oh. Oh, I lived. I shouldn't have gone down this far anyway. I'm so smart. Maybe I'll go get that one item that I was just talking about not getting a moment ago. Brain went on autopilot. Well, not really. I was just kind of greedy for the crystal lizard. I think I could get back to where I need to go if I hit it. So... You don't remember where it is exactly, but you think that it's somewhere near the trebuchet. Trebucket. I thought you needed something to get lower in Castle Latria or Tower Latria to eventually rescue him. It's kind of a sprawling area. So I might just be like misremembering, because I went through it like 2 different times, so I might just be kind of conflating the sequence of events there. Evil Noah, nice to see you again. Doesn't Skerber give you something that is like the equivalent of a Titanite slab? Yeah, that's true. When you say it like that, that kind of rings a bell. I think he gave us like a pure clear stone or something like that. Let's check it out. Pure gray stone. Alright. Not gonna worry about him. And in pure black, he invades and drops the best talisman in the game? Really? Which one is that? And, by which one is that, I kind of mean what does it do, because I'm not going to remember. Alright, well. We failed. Oh, the Beast Talisman. It lets you both miracles and spells and scales off both stats. Okay. Definitely sounds worth getting. Wait. No, this should be fine, because we can just drop down this way, right? That was kind of close, to be honest. Okay. Katie is 80% sure it's on the lowest level. You love replaying Tower 3-1 because you always forget where everything is and inevitably get lost like it was a new playthrough. Yeah, that's kind of how I'm feeling I'm going to end up going through it. I mean, to be fair, that's kind of how it's felt like going through every area. I just don't remember most things. I kind of remember like some of the major story beats, essentially, in terms of like, oh, yep, you're gonna get ganked here, and... Wait, where... I don't even see the spot for my runes or some souls there. Maybe it's in the thing? That sucks. Okay, whatever. I'm not going to worry about that. Probably didn't have many souls just because. I wonder if enchant weapon works with this Chris knife. What's wrong with you? So even on a magic playthrough, coming through here is still extremely annoying. Is there like an actual trick for dealing with these things, or do you just like use blunt weapons or something? Those 120 for serial R2s versus 132. Cool. Nope, that ended up being the same, just one extra hit. Oh yeah. Oh, they give a decent amount of souls. I was expecting like 50, the way that this game goes sometimes. For enchanted weapon, dagger is the best weapon. The build for it is honestly godly and lets you no diff the game, no difficulty. Evil Noah says, you're just thinking there should be a trick to taking out the bear bugs. Bugbears. I think this way is the dead end and going left is the proper way forward. Try a ranged attack. Yeah, I thought there were like the worm dudes in some section. This isn't it, but we go up here and then we like what, drop down someplace? This should have been recursive. No, this isn't where we just came from. Oh yeah, those things explode because those were the ones above. That was terrifying. So I don't want to drop down here yet, right? They're lost. Okay, so this... just goes back to where we came from the first time, but we're on the other side of the wall, or lake, whatever you want to call it. Hey, that's pretty good. What does dragon do? Fire. Okay. Hey, Yogi the Buffalo. Nice to see you again. Magic's pretty god for the bugs, if you remember correctly. Hey, you. Nice to see you again. You can never remember the order of the name. Yeah, I didn't remember what they were called. Or probably... That's probably not fair. I probably never knew what they were called until, like, I think Teen Sith the other night said. Bugbears? Alright. There, that's what I thought. Okay, so it does circle back that way. So we need to go someplace else to get that way. I don't want to go through the lava area. So I guess we should have just gone straight the one time. So that's the first cave, right? No. Hold on, let me look left, because if there's a bugbear... I think I might have okay. So that's the weird gap. This is where I want to go. Yeah, I think the little bugbears, you could punch them and like knock them over to finish them off. But I don't know if there's a real trick for the big ones. Because, I mean, obviously I could use the catalyst and it does a little bit more damage. I guess I should worry about durability, huh? Oh, 100 out of 120. That's not too bad. Oh yeah, we also have Edstones, so we should be okay. You hate replaying this level, just tedious? Yeah. It's kind of weird, because, like, Demon Souls, I like the level design quite a lot. It's just, like, a lot of the enemies are just, like, a little bit slow and tedious. And if Dark Souls 2 is more like this, I would have enjoyed it a lot more. It's just a little bit of a shame that I like missed out on the nostalgia of the PS3 Demon Souls. The funny thing is, I had a friend who had it, and you know, this is before the time of Dark Souls, and he said like the game was ridiculously difficult and his roommate like almost broke his controller playing it. And I was like, oh man, I hate games that are just like hard to be hard. I probably would have like really enjoyed it had I known, but so yeah, going left is the good way, I think. Or no, it just circles into itself eventually. But why did I always want to go left? I don't know. You always remember that those are bear bugs? I thought they're bugbears because of the Patches dialogue. Okay. The trip's so comedic, you'd actually have to be AFK, have 1 HP, and the world's worst luck to die to it. No, I have not watched Matthew Matosa's video on Demon Souls. I saw his defense of Dark Souls 2 through Mahler's criticism of his defense, and that's about it. You would have told me it's great and not that hard, you loved it? Yeah, well, I don't know if my one friend really played it that much, or he just like watched our other friend get super frustrated at it and not really play it too much. Because this is a long time ago, obviously. I didn't even process what that note said. Oh, okay, no, this is... Okay, I thought, like, disappeared. Beware the enemies ahead. Okay, so... This is the place where we're going to get a bunch of the upgrade materials, and then there's, like, the chest over there and a bunch of the worms, right? So... I felt like this is the shortcut. This should come back to the elevator, or is that the other spot? It's kind of weird how secondary this section of the mine feels. And what I mean by that is like, or optional. Like how optional this is. Like we've already defeated the Flame Lurker and the Dragon God. So there's no real reason to come here, I guess, other than like upgrade materials. Or like patches. Oh wait, no. I was thinking of a different spot. So this is like the first path out. Oops. Oh man, that just feels amazing. Being able to one-shot those. This dude looks like he's watching me. Yeah, and so the next area is where we'd see patches and all that. Right, the patches thing is like way later. Or not like the patches thing, but the elevator or whatever you're gonna call it is way later. So this is like proto Blight Town almost. Oh no, it's coming to fight me. What a maroon. Glad to see a fellow longman. You highly recommend checking him out in general? Sorry, who? Were you replying to Noah? Oh, or just Matthew Matosis. That would make actual sense considering the context of the conversation. That I can't follow for 3 minutes at a time. Wait, there's a corpse up here? Huh. Oh no, it's the enemy. It's Dragonstone Shard. Yeah, so I really like the layout of this place. Like, it looks really cool. There's just not a lot beyond the very basic stuff. Katie doesn't even have the nostalgia factor and is still one of your favorite FromSoft games. Demon Souls is just special. Matthew Matosis' videos are cool. Him and Aesir aesthetics. Aesir? Proto Blight Town was 6'2". True. I just say Proto Blight Town because like these things remind me of like the Blight Town mosquito dudes. Meaning I hate them. Oh, you were replying to Hey You. Okay. The lizards are near. I was hydrating and I brought Nightbot back in, so no more banana shapes for us. Felt like I got... Damn it. I was going to say ganked trying to get one of these things. That was a little bit awkward. Cannot understate how much more satisfying that is, because these things are always just so much of a pain to kill. So we want to get like further up, yeah. And then patches should be around that way, right? Did I pull out the binoculars ever? I know I meant to, but okay. Oh, the telescope. Okay, let's double check if we can do this. Doesn't seem like we could. Because that's only 100 damage, not really worth. Oops. Okay. There's Patches. Should I fall for his trap? Damn it. There we go. Did I pick the dragon sword in here? Yes. It might be good for 6-1 and 6-2. Earthmine, nice to see you again. Still better than melee. Bugbears are strong to physical attacks. True. But limited MP and having to pay for the aged spices is a bit annoying. It's cool that Patches actually has like the buff on and everything. Alright everybody, time to inflict some psychic damage. Well, that's even goofier because we got him mid-blink. Can't I... Shouldn't we turn off field of view? Where was it? I thought we did find the field of view one time, and now I'm just like not seeing it. Whatever, we'll just deal with it. Or maybe it was part of this. Depth of field. Okay. This will make things easy to look at. There's Patches for you guys. Does the spell arc? I'm not sure. You thought he appears here only after meeting him in 5-2? I'm sorry, you mean Patches? You're genuinely disgusted? It's amazing how many enemies are either weak to magic or fire. Almost reminds you of Earthbound's ping-ponging in defense.
Jolly travelling companions are we, eh? Pleased to meet you. Call me Patches. Oh, see that treasure over there? Go on and take it. My gift to you, just to show that we're friends. Whew, I'm glad to meet you. These soul-starved imbeciles will drive you mad. What's the matter? Now I'm going out on a limb here. Give me a chance to prove my good faith. What's the matter? Now I'm going out on a limb here. Give me a chance to prove my good faith.
Shit.
You slimy little wretch. What did I ever do to you?
You guys know how I always talk about my R2 button?
Bugs. My apologies. It's just not your day. As promised, the treasure is all yours. If you survive, that is. Good luck to you.
Okay, I guess they are called bear bugs. Did he fall down too? I think that broke him. We might need to reset. Worst patches trap ever. Is that Snorlax blocking a path? Pretty much. I don't have strength. If you die to it, it's not even a skill issue. That would be skill deprivation. I like his little chuckles as he's attacking a random fence post. He should have like run to the top, shouldn't he have? Like above us where we were. Hey boys and old ones, what's happening right now? Patches sort of trapped us. But not really. I decided to fall for it for the content. Uh-oh. Guess Patches finally got free of his own trap. Okay, yeah, he was supposed to go up there. Flame resistance ring. Ah, that would have been lovely. Hold on. Hold on. It's going pretty well. How about you? The face of a man who did not think things through. Looks like Mark Zuckerberg. Oh no, I can't unsee it. The face only a mother could love. Hey Cantrell, nice to see you again.
You're no joke, are you?
Alright, I guess that's it. I'm gonna reload the area because you might have a little bit more dialogue. It's going well. And thank you for the amazing screenshot. Yeah, no problem. My pleasure. The mouth moving was the real mistake. Why are they like making so much noise now? Oh, okay. That's weird. Alright. I think Patches should move eventually somewhere else. I think coming up here is ultimately a dead end. And we want to go through that little mine to get to the shortcut. Troy of the Capybaras, welcome back. It's patching time. Sweet. Okay. I do remember a few things from time to time. So I think it's beyond those bugbears is the one area that I was thinking of. Or no, maybe you drop down from there onto them and come back that way. I think that might be what it is. I'll leave those alone for now and probably come back later. If only they had some friends. Ooh, this close. I was almost out of stamina. Clearstone shard. So this should be the opposite way? Nope, that one's death. It's not the one that I thought it was. Okay. Makes sense. Okay, this is why I thought to go left. Because I was thinking of this shaft. Nope, I did not roll quickly enough. Eh. I used the telescope instead of a heel. That makes sense. Be wary of a hidden foe. I wonder if it's talking about the little sprites that just blew up. I just gotta turn around because I said I always went left. So this would put me this way. What? Heading towards the big twin duo? Okay, so do they just invade no matter what you do? Yeah, okay. That makes sense. And where's the thing? I want to unlock the shortcut before ever trying to deal with the two invaders. Just to be safe, I'm going to go up, kill the official, and then maybe come back down. What did they get hurt by? Oh. They just exist? Okay. You don't remember if there are any invasions in Demon Souls? Okay. There is the Astarva, whatever his name is. Ostrava? Alright, we got the clothes. So now we just need, what, the gloves? This is the shaft that I was originally thinking of, coming up to the top of everything. So I guess I could have just come this way first. Okay. Wait, did he drop something? Nope. Just looked a little shiny for a second there. Speaking of shiny, how about that Gollum game? I haven't seen anything of it other than just a few screen caps. I should watch the donkey video if anything, because I heard that one was a bit of a hot mess. And it just made me think how a lot of people say graphics don't matter in video games, but at least visual design does, you know. Oh yeah, let me mute before I drink. I know the DF Foundry video title for it was is it really as bad as it seems or something like that? Oh yeah, we have cloak. She hit the ceiling. What a maroon. Well, that was difficult. Black eye stone, clear stone chunk, dragon stone chunk. And then this was the terrible place that's impossible to get everything. Just not even gonna worry about it. Just despair. Don't you like get something crazy if you're actually able to kill all of them? Hey Phobos, nice to see you again. Donkey? No, video game Donkey. People thought we couldn't do worse than Redfall. I know, like, people on PC Master Race like made a big ass meme video about the state of games being released on PC this year, with like the whole spoof of South Park making fun of the BP oil spill with "We're sorry," or "I'm sorry," one of the two like that. Just because so many games have released in such an abysmal state on PC. Graphics don't matter if the gameplay is good. I feel like, I mean, I don't know. I have not looked at any of the gameplay for the Lord of the Rings game, the Gollum one that just came out. But people are absolutely memeing on the appearance of Gollum there. So it's not exactly wrong. But it's only like half the story. Holy crap! Okay, just the Chris alone can do it. These things are like super weak to magic. Because that was a body blow too, it wasn't even a headshot. I think this is just straight up death despite how it looks. Oh, there's a message there. That rolling is not a good choice. Donkey's video felt like the thoughts of a depressed alcoholic who just realized how messed up his life is. That just makes me want to watch it even more. You wonder if the firebombs could hit multiple? It's not that hitting multiple is the issue, it's that there's so many that I think there's literally only one spell in the game that's capable of doing it. They had a chance to make a game with a great sneak and sanity mechanics, but yeah, end up getting enslaved and doing dumb chores the whole time. Isn't that kind of what happened? So Phobos Donkey made a video about the new Gollum game, and I have not looked at anything about the game yet. So I figured I may as well like watch that one just to see how it actually kind of looks in place. I know like Donkey isn't the most reliable in terms of giving the most straightforward review, but his content's really fun nonetheless. Avoid fall. I thought you could drop down somewhere. Oh, there is a cliff that way. Okay, so we did want to drop that way. So we just need to be careful about it. A garbage fire is entertaining to watch, but put the fire out and you just have a pile of garbage. When you first heard about the Gollum game, you were like, how? Why? Is it just a stealth game? You saw it labeled as action-adventure. You haven't heard much of people criticizing Gollum? You hear 100 times more on its stability bugs and gameplay. Okay. Gameplay is amazing from what you've seen, if you define amazing as comparable to Chinese water torture. Oof. It's like the E.T. game all over again. Actually, I mean, Gollum kind of looks like E.T. now that I mention it. Fix the graphics and performance issues and it would still be a mid-level 2007 performance. Damn. No holds barred. Okay, this is what we want to do, not that spot. I was afraid of that. How did that even happen? Well, good thing we had that shortcut unlocked. Huh. I guess that wasn't even a shortcut. I'm really, really lucky he didn't hit me there. I think these things can still hit me even if I sprint. Nope, okay. We should still have our fat official. Oh, I thought he was gonna do combustion. That one. He cheated. Get out of the corner. That sucks. Don't you just hate it when somebody stabs you in the throat while you're rubbing your belly? The E.T. game was made under an unfair deadline by one person? Oh, really? Gollum had a full team and plenty of time. Be nicer to E.T. This is like the Chris Crocker of E.T. That's a bloodstain. Okay. You feel like Gollum might get a little more respect if it was priced as a budget title? Yeah, I mean, it's by a AAA dev, I guess. So good luck getting that done. Wait, I must have like hit its face last time somehow. Because it didn't just die in one shot. Not that that was bad. They just like exploded the first time. Okay. You can feel the sadness at the fact that he had to play this turd. Your heart goes to him. You'd rather throw yourself off the Burj Khalifa than play it? Hey, that's no way to talk about Demon Souls, Katie. Or no, that was Noah. Damn it. My stupid joke got ruined by my own lack of ability to remember who said something as I was reading it. Now I'm just going to blame you guys for making the chat log scroll. No, it was Katie. Damn it. I should have just went with it. Hate yourself and want to die. Welcome back to the stream. Hey yo, you were wondering how similar Bloodborne and Demon Souls are in terms of lore and themes. That's an interesting question because like a lot of Demon Souls lore is kind of barren. But there might be some parallels between like the old one of Demon Souls to a certain extent and the Moon Presence in Bloodborne. But not a crazy resemblance, just kind of like a passing one. I don't know what to do. I feel like I need to like sprint that way and like roll. Because this almost looks lethal. Close to lethal. That would have been death in Elden Ring. Hey, we got a great axe. Yeah, but beyond that, I don't really... It's kind of hard to compare them, I think. According to Wikipedia, Howard Scott Warshaw made E.T. in 5 weeks to meet the Christmas release Atari insisted on. The hubris. It's a good thing that all the game devs learned from their lessons in like enforcing that kind of crunch culture on their developers, right? Right? Okay, the little ones don't explode. I didn't think they did. But I just had a moment where I was like, hold on a second. I need a better spell for this. Let's all laugh at the industry that never learns anything. Even back then, games took a few months to make, insisting on 5 weeks with no QA. It's amazing it even turns on. Yeah, I didn't know that. Bloodborne and Demons are comparable in that the bed has already been pooped on, and you're just here to try and clean up the mess. Kinda. It still hit me. Okay. Take a step forward. I don't know about that one, Chief. I don't think so, Tim. That's 100% why Blizzard's still the GOAT. What? They learn from their mistakes? Okay. Don't you mean they don't make mistakes in the first place? Just ask Bobby Kotick about that, right? Okay, so now we're back to the patches area originally. I thought I saw an item. Was it down below? I wasn't paying attention. We pissed off the sandworms. Okay, yeah. The lower path. And Demon Souls pretty much provides the skeleton for all the following games, stories. Yeah. Okay, hit the wall. I don't want to fight the bugbears. I think that note is actually correct. But before doing that, let's pick up this guy. If there was a miracle drug that could cure any illness and was more intoxicating than alcohol, you'd probably be an addict. I mean, that just kind of sounds like a no-brainer. Zero Punction did an episode devoted to it. It was part of the occasional guide to special moments in gaming history. Okay. Demons and Bloodborne also share its big bad. Being from the outside, the world both benefits and suffers from. Doe. That was not smart. Oh, we got the merchant over here. I think the bugs will still attack us even if we're next to him. So, kind of forgot he was there. I remembered him being like moving forward eventually. I just kind of forgot. This is Dune, where I kill the worms for the spice. Not really, because, spoiler alert, the worms produce the spice. Well, I guess that does kind of work out, because, I mean, I kill these worms who produce souls for me to buy more aged spice. 0 punctuation. That's what I thought you were trying to say. But could have been punction for all I knew. Bearbug grains. Alright, I'll need to look at what that is. Oh god. Still somehow almost hit patches again. Where would these be under? Oh. Bearbug husks crushed into powdered form. Sprinkling it over the user grants additional fire resistance temporarily. Since ancient times, the miners have used the grains as a remedy. The Spice Must Flow sounds like a 40k ripoff? I might be getting a bit too deep into the lore about the spice. Nah, you know I'm right. Oh, no. Okay. I see why I messed up. Because it kind of looked like they were connected from that one angle. They most certainly were not. Shade Heater Shield +2. That sounds lovely. I would probably want to equip that. So let's go up to the one mine section that we have not gone through. Oh, wait. Nope. Let's kill the bear bugs. I guess we don't need to. Let's talk to the merchant then.
Remember me? I've got plenty of wares, so bring me plenty of souls. Have you heard? Deep below this mine, there's a dragon shrine filled with dragon bones. Well, according to that scurver anyway. I'm not about to go and find out. Those bear bugs scare the living daylights out of me. Oh, have you heard about sparkling lizards? Not easy to catch, but they've got some fine stones. And I know where one of their nests is. Oh, I'm sorry, I can't give it away. Those bear bugs scare the living daylights out of me. Oh, have you not easy to catch, but they've got some fine stones. And I know where one... Oh,
It's funny that he's scared of bear bugs, but then he's just like literally lounging right next to a bunch of them. So we could get the dagger. We almost have 5,000, so I may as well save a few of my souls to get the one spell.
come back when you actually...
I'm surprised I only have 4,000. Oh, I never picked up my souls, did I? When I fell? Did I really not do that? Maybe I did pick them up, because I can't imagine we have so few after fighting so many bear bugs. Sleep tight, don't let the bear bugs bite. Early 40k was very obviously inspired by Dune. No, it's backwards. Because 40k has time traveling. So what had happened was Dune ripped off of 40k because it was written first. Wait, no, we did go through this. Oh, yeah. Okay. That's what I get for being impatient. I didn't expect it to go through the wall. I thought there's the possibility, but I was like, nah, it couldn't be that bad, could it? It'd be even funnier if I did pick up my souls and we really only ever had the 4,000. Flaming potato bugs. Adam Irwin, hey, welcome in. Just wanted to say you really enjoyed the content. You've been a fan since the BB stuff during COVID. These streams are perfect for insomniacs, 3 to 6 a.m. here. Best regards from Ireland. Thank you very much. And welcome into the stream. Sounds like some Order Chronos propaganda to you. Like I said, I never had the spare 40k to actually get into Warhammer 40k. But I'm not surprised that it's on something reminiscent of one of their factions. Oh, that was awkward. Two full moon grasses. So, what would be the fastest way? This way? And we still have the one area with all the fire and stuff. So for that, I think we would need the fire resistance ring, the bear bug buff, as well as what's it called? The flame shield from Not So Stormvale. That way is death. Are these my souls? Almost. Man. Found him! That scared me, though. You've been passing out to the Pale Blood Hunt. You're like 40k lore, but you're broke, so you don't go any further. I feel that. Alright, so now we should warp out, maybe, because I don't really think there's too much incentive to stay here. And patches should go back up to the top as well. Or not top, but the Nexus. And is there anything left undone in the mine? Probably. And it may remain that way. I do like the little chains hanging down. And like running into them makes noise. Alright. Nexus time. No, I might pass out while watching, which is why you have power save settings turned on. Anyway, you do want to say that you appreciate the gameplay and the lore. Thank you very much. I don't really think there's a ton of lore here, but slowly but surely we're going to uncover a little bit at a time, right? So it looks like Patches is not here yet. Okay, no, he is. I thought he was on this thing. He was a little bit higher up. So we still get our certified Patches squat because he's a Slav. It is a little bit sad that they turn off the music in photo mode, though.
Wow, I remember you. Well, I'm glad you're here. I found some really tasty trinkets. Well, we've long been acquainted, so I'll give you a good price, eh? Nothing here is stolen, I swear. I no longer partake of the whole corpse robbing thing. Yes, I'm completely free from vice. My old mother would be proud indeed. Aren't you proud of me too? You see that priest and his disciples over there? Liars. They've blown that incident at the shrine far out of proportion. Shouldn't they believe in forgiving and forgetting and all that? Well, I have news for them. Praying never put food in my mouth, nor anyone else's. Yes, I'm completely free from vice. My old mother would be proud indeed. Aren't you proud of me too?
Alright, so two things about that. This kind of hints that Patches was the one to kick his Augustine down into the pit in the Shrine of Storms, which will be very shocking to hear, I know, especially since he's a cleric. Not Patches, but you know. The other thing is him talking about his mother. Just kind of reminded me in Bloodborne there's some potentially cut dialogue that could imply the lonely old deer was Patches' mother. So it's kind of funny that he references her in this game. Not obviously, like, he doesn't reference the Bloodborne one, but he's just talking about his mother in general. He talks about being free of vice, which kind of comes back into, like, Dark Souls 3. So Patches is kind of a steady, untethered rock of a hyena throughout all of these games.
Well, I have news for them.
Let's check out his items. Half moon grass. This is fresh spice. Small amount of MP. Used by nobles as a luxury and by magicians as a necessity. Oh, he has an Arkstone shard which transports one back to the Nexus. Kind of tempted to buy this instead of the one spell. A shard scraped from one of the Arkstones found across the land transports the user back to the Nexus. The Monumental entrusted the Arkstones to the leaders of the masses, but before long the stones were forgotten and left to be gnawed away by rodents. It's kind of interesting. It almost looks like a tooth, like a molar. Just because of, like, the bottom. But not really. Just kind of a fragrant ring. 60,000. Holy cow. Barbarian clothes. Made from various pelts, the weathered furs provide no protection from harm. The crude stitching originates from a primitive civilization. Oh, literally gives nothing. Just cosmetics, I guess. Wait, it doesn't even weigh anything? That's interesting. Even the ring weighs more than that.
Well, do as you please. But you may yet regret refusing my offer.
Patches is From's version of Maik the Liar. Funny thing, he talks about what he did in 5.2 where you haven't been before. You'd have to check if he does so in the OG as well. It doesn't look so at all in the original? Okay. FromSoft needs to make a game with a version of Patches called Patches the Eternal. Make him god of the world, but you don't know he's the real god unless you deep dive that lore. That's the DLC of Elden Ring. You've solved it, Noah. I like to think that all the different Patcheses are related, and we have a Patches, son of Patches situation. So just another clan of Andre type deal. Yeah, so that's like the canonical thing in like Dark Souls 3. It's not the same Andre Blacksmith. It's just a dude part of the clan of Andre.
Beware the limits of...
All right.
Are you begging for a magic lesson? Besides, if I myself were captured.
Oh, protection raises defense. Well, the goal is to just not get hit, right? Forehead. So I haven't used Cloak yet. Let's Let's see if we can use this on our dagger. Does not work. But now we don't really need to keep the dagger on. Should not affect the long sword because this one's fire. Should be good with this one though. Can we see our status type? So it doesn't seem to actually show our buffs. A little bit annoying. Okay, I was wondering if there was a like a critical stat for daggers and whatnot to be higher for like backstabs and whatnot. Alright, so it is a little bit annoying buffing this just because like it makes the controller constantly vibrate.
Hello again. I'm keeping a close watch on your...
Should keep that. Oh yeah. $146.70. 130.70. No. Let's put that away. That away. Oh, I should definitely put a lot of these away. Andre's the god of smithing. Oops. Just so I can remember what all exists, just have one of each. And then we could always retrieve things from the inventory when necessary. Do we really have 41 of these in the storage? Holy crap. I guess I really need to be using the full moon grasses at this point.
Perhaps it won't be long to find it up.
Wait, what does this do? It just gives us, what, more messages? Okay, no, just breadcrumbs. So an alluring skull. Alright, now I think we're good, right? So let's get that cool shield out, and then we're good. Oh, this is the Tower Knight shield. I don't think I actually read it. A colossal shield used by the Tower Knight, one of Boletaria's great heroes. Said to ward off all forms of malice, but is incredibly heavy and nearly impossible to handle. The largest known shield in existence. Weighs 30, holy crap. Requires 30 strength. I'm not surprised by that. Wait, I can equip the steel shield? Crazy.
You have a heart of gold.
I forgot you can actually upgrade your shields and stuff in this game. So the guard break is a little bit lower. Oh, it weighs a little bit less. That's nice. Okay. What was I gonna do? Castle Latria next? Or we could do Shrine of Storms. Yeah, let's go Castle Latria to get Freke. Sage Freke. Prison of Hope. Latria, land of the Queen's Ivory Tower. A vengeful old man claimed the Queen's life and imprisoned any remaining royalty. The prison echoes with the resentful cries of its inmates, tormented by their inhuman guards. Patches is the ultra great one, an entity which exists beyond the individual universe and multiverse. Noah says, wait, DS3 Andre isn't DS1 Andre? You remember the dead blacksmith in DS1, that's Andre's model, but you figured that Smith would have had a different name. Yeah, no, they aren't the same. I thought they were the same as well, but Miyazaki talks about it in an interview, which I think is kind of really annoying that you need to have an interview at all to get that kind of info. Finally, a piece of Souls lore you're not a fan of. Adam Irwin says, what's the general consensus on what RL will do Elden Ring DLC at? Rune level, well, I think maybe like 140 or 150 would probably be meta for most people dealing with Millennia. Or like getting through Elfile. Because you just get a ton of souls there. So probably somewhere around there would be my guess. Because in typical FromSoft games, the DLCs just always way outscale the base game for whatever reason. Were they a pitcher for late game like the Ring City or more like Ashes? I think probably more like Ring City. I would kind of hope not, but yeah. It would also really suck to have to like go through a completely new game cycle. Not like New Game Plus, but just like start over to like feel it in its intended difficulty, I guess. Rather than going into it in like a New Game Plus cycle. But I've also got hundreds of saves backed up, so I could just go wherever. So this one should be locked, right? Yeah, I think 100 to 150, about there. If Millennia is Elden Ring's Nameless King, there's something greater coming? God, I hope not. I feel like I need Starlight for this area. Uh-oh. That was weird. Pressed too many things. Roll, you Goomba. Yeah, that thing almost one-shot me. I think the dude screaming is below us on the floors, though. It's locked. And you can kill these dudes from the outside. Oops. And we get a whopping 3 runes for those. Huh. Wonder what these ones look like in the original. Okay. Hey Stella, nice to see you again. Return to Slumber here really doesn't feel right at all. It's really good OST, but come on, not here. Prison of Hope, West 3rd floor. I did enjoy the layout of this place because it's kind of a like similar yet different. And it was really unintuitive to like look on the walls for the cell keys. And I think that's why I came here the one time and then I like left. Because I missed that they were just chilling on the walls. Oh, they do attack. Mercury Stone Shard. Cool. You don't think they were there in the OG? The keys or... like the people in the cells? Thought I didn't want to go this way quite yet. Should I try buffing? Oops. Oh, sweet. They give fresh spices. Oh yeah, we do have cloak. Try fist. God damn it. Wait, you get a foul. Wait, who has more? Is it the same one? It just showed up twice, I guess. I was gonna, like, delete it if there's a copycat. Or downvote it, rather. Oh, the statues on the wall, you don't think they're there? Okay, cool. Like, some of this stuff looks like you could see it in, like, Raya Lucaria or something like that. Or Castle Lothric as well. Avoid those who are lying. Can't disagree with that. Yeah, I thought you should be able to, like, jump down on these. But I don't think it... I think there's, like, one spot you do it, but it doesn't really work for most of them. So I don't know how to knock these things down. I think maybe I'll need to cast a spell. It's annoying. Bright water. I have no idea what this does. Recover some MP over time. Okay, cool. It is said the origins of the mixture are found deep beneath the remains of an ancient shrine. Huh. Am I cloaked or not? I do see the icon. It sees me! I should have monster mashed. Wait, how did that even happen? I don't even think I pressed the... I didn't think I pressed the menu. Oh, that's a big AoE. Okay. I can't roll away from that when I'm down on the ground? Is it... I don't understand how that got popped up again. Okay. I wonder if mashing isn't a thing in this game. Try Fortnite, exactly. You hate those guys who always use bows to snipe them? I had a strategy for dealing with them where they're kind of easy, but I obviously don't remember. So after I get rid of this guy, it was mostly just coming down to like backstabbing them while they had their backs turned, obviously. Oh no. Okay. I don't know how that happened. So, okay, X plus L1. What? Let's get off this thing. I don't know, let's try L2. Or is it just holding X? Okay, just holding X. That's strange. Good to see that the range of the AoE is as hard as you see in the OG. Okay. I'll need to remember to repair my armor. Okay. What was that? Take key. Alright, none of these ones yet. Don't like all the random phantoms. Renowned warrior soul. So I remember coming up there and like looking down here, and remember how we just fell in the mines down below? Wait, okay. Oh, okay, never mind. It does look a lot more lethal this. That's just an issue of perspective. Like, it looks like from up there, you should be able to just land down there and be fine. But that's an actual lethal drop. Like, it doesn't look that far from here. I guess it is. Just because, like, the lighting and stuff? I don't know. Because, like, there's the one broken off section of the railing on this side that, like, prevents you from going. And it's not there on the other side, so I thought you had to, like, drop down there to progress forward. And same thing for, like, these things. I was like, oh, you should, like, jump down on the gargoyles and go to the floor that way. Nope. Oops. NPCs must hate player characters breaking all their jars all the time. Just imagine if you were in any of the Legend of Zelda games. I'm pretty trusting to never invest in a lock for their houses. So now we should be able to go to like the front gate that was closed when we first warped in. Hey, we're a wizard now. Blunt versus fire. Since we're dealing with more magic enemies, wait. Why is the wizard set worse than the old ragged set for that? I'll need to like min-max my attire at some point. Katie just googled it because it didn't feel right, and Brightwater is purely a remake thing. The OG didn't have it. Interesting. Widow's Lotus. Scissors. I don't understand. Noble's Lotus. I feel like there should be more of the dudes, or maybe that's because they were like on a pure black world tendency kind of thing. Why does that one look so... Oh. I was going to say, why does that one look so different? Alright. The last Legend of Zelda you played at launch was Skyward Sword. Don't feel bad, man. I haven't... What was the last one I played? Twilight Princess. No, well, yeah, that one did come out after Wind Waker. There we go. Oh, it's locked, of course. Now I'm paranoid about like getting hit by people with spears. The guards certainly didn't do a good job taking away all their weapons. The dudes in pots are kind of funny. Fresh spice. I don't even know a good angle for that one. Sweet. Bright water. The black leather set. A thin cloth mask which covers the nose and mouth, used by thieves, assassins, and all manner of miscreants to hide their breath. That would have been good against Ronnie, because she couldn't stand the stench of her lion breath. Wow, this is actually really good. At least for that. Even in terms of, like, it's just, like, weight ratio. Glossy black leather garb that functions much like thick skin, providing protection without hindering movement. Particularly effective at blocking poison. Oh, that's true. It's really good poison defense. It has a decent amount of magic defense, too. And that is so much lighter. I might just stick... Oops. I might just stick with this for the stamina regeneration. I knew one of them would have attacked me at some point. I don't know if I could have hit it through, though. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Lock on. There we go. Oh yeah, I really do like the design of these things. I've always had a fondness for, like, mind flayers and beholders. So I was kind of surprised to see these in Demon's Souls, but they just kind of don't ever pop up in any of their other games. Like, they would have fit in super well in, like, Bloodborne or something like that. Stella's was the 3DS release of Majora's Mask. Katie said, you don't think that knives would help much considering the emaciated and insane they are? You just noticed? Am I playing a female character? Do you have some drip in mind? No. I mean, hold on. I am playing a female character. It was just kind of what it defaulted to. I don't have any drip in mind, though. Adam says, probably spicy AF, but the most fun you had in Legend of Zelda was on Game Boy's Link's Awakening, Link to the Past, Seasons and Ages. Not sure if you can justify getting a Switch for Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. Well, if it's any consolation, you could also play A Link to the Past on the Nintendo console. I don't know if you need the online service or whatnot, but yeah. But with that being said, I'm also, like, Link to the Past is my favorite Zelda game. Which I felt like I was kind of in a really small minority for a long time. But it seems to be getting, like, more appreciation. Okay, so you are supposed to fall sometimes. It does seem to be getting more appreciation nowadays. Huh. Female characters can equip special equipment. Link Between Worlds was a good game. Yeah, so one of my favorite Zelda games was, you know, kind of like a Link to the Past knockoff. It was the Four Swords Adventure. I know a lot of people thought it was a Game Boy Advance only game, or like you couldn't play it on the GameCube, but you could, and you can actually control all four links in that one and utilize special formations with the C-stick. It was, okay. That's what I thought. We were back over here. So I just totally missed where we needed to go when I was up there because I fell through the flow. And I didn't pick up any new keys, so I just need to go back through those rooms, I think. And that's partially the reason why I thought I could, like, fall through the one hole up there. Because you do fall through the holes some places, I guess. There's a lot more appreciation for some older games that were overlooked at release in more recent days. Yeah, I think part of the issue is, well, Ocarina of Time had a very special place in people's hearts for the longest of times. it just doesn't hold up as well nowadays, just because of the differences in, 3D navigation and just graphical style. Whereas like a 2D sprite-based game is just kind of always going to hold up to a degree. But yeah, it was a little bit more straightforward. Link to the Past was. But it's still good nonetheless. So where did we fall through? Right there. Strange path ahead. Totally true. So I should have gone to the right, maybe? Oh. Take keys. We got 2 sets of keys. Have I played Link Between Worlds? I don't think so. I should have played more on the handheld consoles, but I didn't. I don't trust you guys. Secret dagger. Claws. Requires a decent amount of dex. Fist weapons with protruding sharp claws inflict a slashing attack. They have a vicious appearance like no other and are normally equipped by the king's spies. The puns for the titles are getting out of hand. Link Between Worlds is basically a Link to the Past sequel. You have a very similar light world, but a different dark world in low rule instead of high rule. Scalezi recognizes most of the Zelda games are great, but you never really got into them growing up and don't feel a need to play them now. Yeah, it's kind of hard to talk about them to a certain degree because, like, they're really good games and they're worth playing. But by the same token, they're also very, I don't want to say, like, overhyped because they are good games. But the fans can be kind of obnoxious. So I could totally understand not really feeling much of a desire to go back and play them. More fresh spices. I think this place has 2 dudes. Or that might just be a pure black tendency thing. Budge. I thought he was going to rotate the other way to go on his patrol. But he obviously did not. Come on, man, roll. You could say the same thing of the FromSoft games. Yeah, I would agree with that too. Like I've said on my official reviews, I've given most of these games, like the ones that I enjoyed the most, 8s because of more systemic issues. Like they're good games, but I would say the fandom has kind of overhyped them. I've also by the time I played these games, I was like way out of high school and everything. So it's kind of hard for me to imagine like what high school fans of the FromSoft games would be like if they're just, edgy boys that are really annoying about their game of choice compared to like the Zelda fandom. Sorry, dog moments. Alright. Link to the past, you buy your special weapons and can take different dungeons in almost any order. The only one the voices ever played all the way through was Majora's Mask. DS1's worth it just for poise. Souls games are easy. Guy who gets a +10 weapon before the gargoyles. They're all hardcore gamers that play at SL1. Yeah. And here's a spicy take for you guys. The thing that's kind of weird to me about like the Zelda fanboys is some of them have like a weird like holier than thou wannabe Link type personality going on sometimes. Trap. I think that's gonna stop me. I wonder if there's a way to like to kill the things inside before activating the trap. I wonder if like fire magic could do it. Cause you like heat up the crate. Ring of magical sharpness. Raises the magic power, lowers magic defense. Soft ring bearing a light green seal, raises magic power at the expense of magic defense. Crafted by Gary, known for his magic handicrafts and close acquaintance with Sage Freke the Visionary. The seal depicts a man facing left. Wish I could like rotate it a bit more freely. I guess I could probably like switch tabs. Oh, certainly a dude facing left. Sevens and eights are good scores for games, too. You don't know why people get up in arms over them. Oh, you don't get what I mean with the hot take? Like, some of the Legend of Zelda fanboys that I've met have been, like, weird goody two-shoes that actually aren't goody two-shoes, and they just kind of want to, like, think that they're Link to a certain degree. Whereas I feel like you probably wouldn't get that same kind of vibe from a lot of the Soulsborne fans, but I honestly don't know. I'm kind of speaking out of my butt right there. So we should get to Freke over here. Not like in this cell specifically, but in some of them. It was so annoying to me that you couldn't like hit this down as a melee guy. You literally just need a spell to do it. It's kind of unnecessary, I think. Link needed 8 games to get the same amount of character development as the last Dragonborn. Alfarius, welcome back. You have noticed Souls games are given higher scores by older gamers who remember Battletoads and Mario games? Yeah, that's totally true. For you personally, they get a score boost because they don't handhold or have an easy mode. What about a bow? You mean like a nice guy? Kind of. I mean, the term nice guy has evolved, but not exactly. Like, an Eagle Scout, if that makes sense. Okay, so we get Freke over here. Does whatever a girl says with no chance to actually date her? No. Sounds like a mindless fanboy. No, it's a little bit different. If people would like to be like the Souls protagonist, well, it'd be messy. Stella says she doesn't personally care about scores, just that you had a good time, but you live by, you've never once claimed to have good taste in anything. Self-righteous, yeah, that's probably a good way to describe it. But self-righteous in a way that they don't even realize it, I guess. If that makes sense. So So before that, so yeah, I thought you could jump down here. Nope, that's full on death. And I was super annoyed because I went through all the trouble to like get over here, clear all the enemies in the one go, and then I just died.
Oh, human, are you? I am Freke. I have been trapped here for an age. Perhaps you could help me out of here. I am a sage, and I can lend you my power in return. Oh, but take heed of those tentacle-headed guards. Perhaps you could help me out of here. I am a sage, and I can lend you my power in return. Oh, but take heed of those tentacle-headed.
All right. So I think we go like lower now. And then I think there's some like really strong dudes down here. Like I said, I ended up coming through here like Black World Tendency at some point. So my memory of this might differ from what's actually down here in pure white. So this should still be locked, right? Yep. Because the one dude who's like screaming for help. Oh, that does slightly go low. I got him into pure black, and then he attacked me, and he would like one-shot me. He just was ridiculous for this level of the game. Oh yeah, so yeah, going back to the whole who said it with the Battletoad stuff. The Phantom just scared me. Hold on. It was Alfarius. Yeah, with the Battletoad stuff. Yeah, the way that I've always kind of like looked at the Souls games is that they're kind of like the modern equivalent of a Mega Man game from like, you know, the 80s and the 90s, where it's really just like going through the levels for the first time. You just have to like learn what to do where, and then when you fight the bosses, it's pattern recognition and just kind of like relying on reflexes. And I was always a huge fan of the Mega Man game, so I guess it's really not that big of a surprise that I enjoyed these games for how little they held the player's hand and for as much like build variety as they allowed. Because like with Mega Man, you could choose your route every time. There's the quote-unquote easy mode where you just like do the Mavericks in the order that's the easiest to get the first upgrade, and then you just kind of follow, versus whatever way you wanted to choose, really. And there's like a little bit of backtracking to some of the stages to get power-ups, even in the NES games, like once you got to like Mega Man 3, I think. So where it like really stepped up the game. Oh, you guys are literally talking about that? Okay. Souls games are super easy once you learn the game. The thing that turns off a lot of people is how steep that curve can be at times. True. Souls games are literally pattern recognition and memory. Games give you so many options to make it easier on you once you know what to do. The games have varying levels of difficulty for everyone. People have different focus, puzzle solving, and reaction time abilities. Does it boil down to most Zelda fans were Link alone before the games became permanent online? Now everyone is Link? It's different. Like, how do I explain it? And, you know, this isn't necessarily like all the fans of The Legend of Zelda, but there's like a certain subset of Zelda fans that are just kind of this way, which is a little bit strange to me. That, really struggling to find the words for this. Like, they take the idea of like the hero of time type thing a bit further than the games like ever made it out to be. So they like take a lot of the Link stuff beyond what I think was like in the game, and they like kind of try to self-impose it on themselves, or like self-describe as like their own hero of time, which I think is kind of really funny for me to point that out, being like named the last protagonist. Like it's almost the exact kind of a vibe that I'm talking about, but not really. Pole Man, he's one of the hardest Black Phantoms, yeah. No, not living vicariously through the games because their lives are boring, but it's like, have you guys ever like watched X-Men and like thought that Cyclops is kind of a wiener for being so like goody two shoes, but he wasn't actually a really goody two shoes. He just kind of like thought of himself that way, but he didn't really ever live up to his ideals. Maybe Cyclops isn't the best example because I mean there's so many X-Men universe type things and story beats that somebody would always argue the opposite. But I think for people like not super crazy into it, you might be able to understand what I'm going for. So that's kind of what I meant with like an Eagle Scout. And the reason why I would say Eagle Scout is because they're like a step beyond Boy Scouts. And not all Eagle Scouts are like that. I would say the majority aren't. But there's always like a couple that give off that like weird vibe that's kind of hard to describe. No, they're not like necessarily like Link fanboys in that kind of sense where they would like defend it. Ultramarines, maybe? I don't know. Headcanon narcissists? Maybe? I guess maybe you guys never really encountered that stereotype that I'm trying to unleash out into the world. Like any archetypical male hero, it gets co-opted by fringe people wearing his hero saves the princess nature as a mask once it's mainstream. Kind of. But they would do it regardless of it being mainstream. Oops. I forgot about that guy. He's beating me up. Yeah, now we're in the actual fun part of Latria. Locked. Oops. Got caught looking at the chat. So anyway, like with some of the Legend of Zelda fanboys, I feel like they never really fully understood Legend of Zelda. And it was just kind of like all in their head, like what Link was, and they just felt like they identified with what their ideal of what Link is, and it just didn't ever like really match the games. But it did in their heads, I don't know. So maybe the narcissist comment might kind of work. Hey, Sundry Saturday, nice to see you again. Hope you're doing well. You're not sure what that's about? Unrelated, green did become your favorite color because of Link, though. What type of rocks does the Chris require? Wavy rocks. Like their idealized version of Link more than the actual character. Yeah, kind of. Okay, so I don't even know this dude's name. Like, I talked to him once, and I was trying to help him out, and then I, like, died. And then he hated me and beat the crap out of me. Do you think Cloud Strife had a similar impact? Maybe. I don't really know of any people personally who, like, tried to act like Cloud, though. I guess maybe, like, edgy boy style? Yeah, I could see that, but I think that was just, like, compounded by a lot of things in the 90s, like Neo from The Matrix, Cloud, Squall especially, being like the edgy boys. They were a really big thing in the 90s. Also Fight Club. Dante. Only valid 40k fanboys are space orc fanboys. They're usually the only ones who recognize that the setting is actually kind of funny. Rudio? Oh, okay, for the rocks. Super Christian Sonic fans that drew all the art of edgy Sonic Christian art? Nah, I feel like that's a different vibe. Very, very different vibe. Although, I don't know. Yeah. Well, let's not talk about the Sonic fandom. That's just something I like to block from my memory. Alright, anyway, here we go.
Well, you are a sane one, are you not? My name is Rydell. Please, liberate me from this jail. I have precious little time. I must retrieve an article from my corpse. As you can see, the only thing that remains of me is my soul. My corpse lies in another cell. I fancy it a fine, rotten mess by now. I've no interest in my corporeal flesh, but I left upon my person a keepsake of my late wife. I will soon fade into the beyond. My only wish is to do so near that token of my beloved. A retainer to the king once held the key to this cell. That foul pig with his gluttonous, swaying belly. As you can see, I will soon fade.
Now that I think about it, it's kind of weird that we're spirits that can like walk around and like hit things and interact with them. Bruh. And we can get imprisoned by walls rather than just like walking through them or floating through them or whatever. So I didn't pick anything up. I mean, obviously there were the keys in the one hallway there. So, do I need to go back down that way? Okay, here we go. And then there's like a real badass down here, right? Don't I need like flame for this area? Oh, found the badass. I think it's just like a cage of like dudes. Alright. Neo and Tyler Durden wannabes, or would you like to call them guys with no media comprehension? You like his dialogue in the original much more? It felt more desperate? Okay. Legit Fight Club started because of that movie and it was cringe. Didn't the Fight Club director say he would never let his daughter date a guy whose favorite movie was Fight Club? Oh, that does no damage. No, don't R2. Hey guys, we found the Graven School masses. How did I kill them? Must have been fire. Or just really meticulous about it. Oh no. Okay. I thought he was about to explode. Wait, how many runes souls do we get? Okay. I feel like I need to turn down dialogue because of those. Those things are super loud. Aged spice. One of the guys from the channel Cinema Therapy started the Fight Club. That was in the news. You'd ask why Fight Club was their favorite movie first. Yeah. I think there could be two legitimate answers. Well, one legitimate answer is like why Fight Club could be their favorite movie without being like problematic. And then a bunch of answers as to it being problematic. The balls are just a bunch of people stitched together. Hey Birdie, nice to see you. Have I seen a series of Bloodborne videos called An Agony of Effort by Charred Thermos? You'd think I'd like it. No, I've heard about it, but just from the way that I've heard that he's framed some of his arguments, I'm not really interested in watching them. Halfway between Graven and Scion, it seems. Do you think they're weaker to physical damage? Human meatballs are weaker to physical and fire. You the only one who figured out the twist early on, a Fight Club? Oh, dude, I don't even really remember my first watch, to be honest. Silver bracelets. And the knight set, which we already possess. Valuable loot ahead. Let's check out the bracelets. Don't know if that's a key item or not, though. I know we got a bunch of the keys, but they're not going to say too much. I guess not. One, three, four. 1, 3, 4. So silver bracelet, would that actually... Didn't think so, so maybe... Interesting. Bracelets crafted with silver to grace an equally elegant outfit. Surely these are worn by a daughter of noble birth. Their wearer claims additional souls from fallen foes, perhaps owing to their exorbitant cost. Interesting. That actually might be worth putting on, because I don't think I have a ton of defense with this. Oh, I have a decent amount. We'll just keep it like that. Scaleezy says the Agony of Effort videos were a little too insistent on linking game, lore, and ideas to specific people and or events, but the broader influences are pretty good. Katie says, you still haven't watched Fight Club and all you know about it is a guy that drinks acid or something? Then I won't spoil it. I mean, it's a good movie. It really is. And it does have like some really interesting questions and implications, but I mean... There's nothing wrong with the movie. It's what people have taken away from it. In some ways, I would say it's very, very Nietzschean. And you can take that for however you may. Do I have another patrolling dude down there? I kind of hear the bells, but... So we have a bloodstain here? What did you even get got by? Oh. secret passage over there. No keys over here. So I think the secret passage goes into the next area, and I don't want to go there completely yet. Yeah. Because this screwed me up to a degree, because I think I, like, jumped down to get an item, and I couldn't get back up, like, legitimately. So we should be fine as long as we, like, don't drop down that way somehow. So we've got the S-Dock. Okay, maybe there's just more dudes here in the pure black. That might be it. It's an interesting movie, watch it blind though. Yeah, agreed. The popularity of From games brought in a bunch of armchair philosophers and thinkers. Same with the Weeb fandom. Damn it. I should have known better than that. I'm not even gonna blame you guys. I'd like to, but no, that was definitely all me. I had enough time not looking at the thing. So do we need to go upstairs to go downstairs? I think so. How did we do it? And then we go through that wall, right? Usually pretty good at twists as long as they don't come out of literally nowhere. But that one got you. Feels a little more obvious in the book. You read that after, so you might have noticed it easier. I read the book afterward, and I was honestly extremely impressed by how well the book got actually adapted into the movie. I think it might have been one of the best adaptations I've ever seen, to be frank. And to be frankly, even. Cousin of Stanley. Did I never go to the right side? Get up, get up. Ponyboy says, you need the media literacy for Fight Club, and most people will watch it and get the exact opposite reading that they should. Exactly. Okay. Renowned Hero Soul, and is this the death drop? Well, it's about to be a death something. It's a shame I've lost all my souls. Media literacy is basically what they're trying to teach in high school lit class, but most people don't really pay attention in those classes. So true. Also, like, a lot of teachers are kind of garbage at it. I was fortunate enough to have, like, decent English teachers, but I've seen some not so great teachers in my time. It was adapted well. It's part of the way Polaniak writes.
You're still intact, aren't you? Where do you call home? Dear me, I shouldn't pry. Oh, perhaps you'd like something from my collection. I've known better days. I was once the wife of nobility, and I have some nice things to show for it. Before, there were many others trapped here, but they were driven mad and ventured above of their own volition. Redemption. There exists no such thing. Queen banished that depraved old man from the land. He returned in strange golden garb with foul demons in tow. They pillaged great Latria, land of the learned, and shut us away in this prison. Since then, they've been feeding off our souls, telling us over and over that if we go above, we will be granted redemption. I know the truth. The church goddess may die, but never for long. And we are trapped below forever. Redemption. There exists no such thing. Telling us over and over that if we go above...
So that's kind of a lot of a backstory there. Let's see what she has, and then we will photo mode her. So she still has full moon grass. Cool. And moonlight stone shards. So that's the magic one. Black Bolt, Ring of Avarice, more souls when slaying enemies. She sells Bright Waters. I don't understand the point of the Bright Water compared to the other one. Maybe for like channeling spells? So we have 14 of these. May as well just buy as many as we can now.
Thank you. Now I can stay here for a little while longer.
I kind of thought she was a doll for a second. Interesting. She kind of reminds me of one of those alien fish-looking people off of the one episode of Twilight Zone. If anybody's ever seen that. So we're good with her. Alright. Ponyboy says, same, your English teachers were fantastic. You weren't the best student, but you became much more interested in that kind of thing after high school for some reason. A lot of people are just kind of unwilling to look at what's being shown to them, and I'm not like trying to say that you are, but it's a lot easier to like look into something of your own volition rather than being told to look at something. It's easier to enjoy when you're not feeling forced to enjoy it, is kind of what I'm trying to say. And so that's kind of why a lot of English classes can fail, because of introduction and everything. Too much time to listen to podcasts and YouTube videos. Stella says, it's too bad Fight Club is his most well-known book. Most of his other ones are better, largely because they aren't his first book. They tend to be weirder, though. I think I've only read Fight Club and Choke. Maybe there's another one that I read, but I can't remember. Oh man, we got the big thing back. But I can't remember what it was, if I did. It's something they've added in the remake. Yeah, the bright water. I still don't understand the point of it, though. Just thinking about it. Unless it like gives more than either the fresh or the aged spices. It's a lot easier to do the work when you're actually invested. Holy crap. Okay. I thought they dropped something good on occasion. Maybe not. A lot easier to do the work when you're actually invested. Pony Boy says, yep, as an artist, you can say the fastest way to get an artist to stop drawing is to ask them to draw you something. Same with learning. You kind of have to learn to not reflexively shut down. Yeah. And a lot of that stuff also just kind of depends on the individual. When you're in school, you're instinctively rebellious and not interested because an authority figure is making you do it. They had to justify the price tag somehow. Stella was so out of it in high school, the only thing they remember about it is absolutely hating Jane Eyre. I remember watching one of the Jane Eyre movies when I was a kid and enjoying it. And that's pretty much just all my memory about it. I never had to read it for school or anything. Oh, so we go backwards. That's how you open it. So it's kind of a shortcut this way? No, this brings us back up. So this is a completely different way. Let's look for other doors. Didn't think so. And this is where we came from. A draw for free and exposure. The dodge the arrows trap is oddly fun to do. Which dodge arrow trap? Fudge. This trap. Okay. I was afraid that it was going to be like a fog wall behind me. Because I think I totally, sequence broke it or went the wrong way, or maybe not wrong way, but the not straightforward way. I didn't really have to deal with it. Because I like to explore. Zonks. Maybe I need to go that way after all. What is... Okay. Your entire AP English class decided to spark note Catcher in the Rye and not actually read the book. So this way would be a death drop. I need to pay attention a little bit more. You hated the Pearl and the Crucible. Messages were too on the nose and blatant. I don't know if I've read either. I mean, I definitely had to read Flowers for Algernon in 8th grade, and that one was a bit of a mind blow. Sad one. And this is I think it was before the Simpsons episode came out about it. Just kind of tells how old I am. So, okay, I think that's it for this area, but I do want to double check the back area. So I thought you could use this somehow. Do I need to get on a higher floor? Yeah, so before dealing with a trap, I want to do that. Although I might need to deal with the trap and then go that way, go up. Okay. It's for an achievement, but if you time or roll to the sound, you'll be fine? Okay. Oh yeah, speaking of achievements, I did get the achievement last night. for defeating the... No, that wasn't last night. That was 2 nights ago, wasn't it? For defeating the Dragon God with the Fists of Havoc, or Fists of God. What are the Fists of Havoc? Anyway, I did get the achievement, but I do have like the notifications turned off, so that's why you guys didn't see anything. Just want to double check this stuff. Alright, I'm going to go back up there because I just want to double check something on that floor before dealing with the trap. Oh yeah, but going back to Catcher in the Rye, that's actually a pretty good book. So the loss is on your classmates for spark noting it, I guess. I forgot that it just kills your momentum when you do that. Speaking of killing momentum, right? What do you got? Oh, thank goodness. I got caught on the wall. So did he. That was a bit of a snafu, wasn't it? Hi. Wait, why does it look like you can see through it? But there's nothing there. Okay. There's just a brick lined door. Fist of Havoc from Destiny. True that. That explains why that was a phrase caught in my mind. We can't jump over there. I wonder if we need to drop down to do it. I don't think the bracelets would be his because we didn't fight an official yet.
A retainer to the king, that foul.
Okay. And I don't think we picked up any additional key sets. But just to be safe, I don't think I checked all of the doors here the second time. So those are still locked. Do I need to drop down? So that's the death drop. I know that. No, maybe we do use the gargoyles. Because there's like those platforms over there, but I felt like that was a lie. Who is... Oh, that's Freke. Forgot where I was for a second. Let's double check if there's any closed doors up here still. And then head down. Don't think there were. Okay. How did you get to Catcher in the Rye? We were just talking about the books and like English classes, and somebody had their AP English class pretend to read the books, but they just spark noted it instead. I said that was unfortunate. It's a pretty decent book. It's also really short. You like how these mind flayers are straight from D&D? The trap guy in the original was so loud, he was screaming at the top of his lungs constantly. So, because I've been fighting so many, like, screaming enemies, I just decided to turn down the dialogue audio. So it should be quieter now. But yeah, he's decently loud in this. Maybe not as loud, but still pretty loud. Okay, let's go back over here. We'll have the Mind Flayer come round. Damn it. I walked into it. I don't know how I walked into it. It looked like it was over, but I guess it wasn't. This is the safe one. This is the one I think I walked down accidentally, and I was like, damn it. Well, round 2, Electric Boogaloo. Oh no. Why did I say Electric Boogaloo? Roll! Oh god. That was mildly terrifying. Don't know if you guys heard me mashing that dodge button, hoping it would help out. So now we're back to our original floor. So I think I'm going to try to hop down on the gargoyle thing in a minute here. But I do want to double check if there's any closed doors still. You wish they do this kind of remake for Dark Souls? That is a pretty spicy take. I don't know, but people also want Bloodborne, so I guess it's not that spicy. I feel like it'd be difficult to do Dark Souls right, just because like a lot of its charm comes from how janky it is. So these are all closed still, or open still. Silver coronet. A crown crafted with silver. A decorative piece bestowed only to magicians of the distinguished Yormadar school. Enchanted by a special rite that increases the wearer's maximum MP. Oh, that's pretty cool. What are the stats? Terrible. No use putting it on now. It'd probably be better to put on before using an Arkstone of some sort. I have 8,000 souls. Let's make a mistake. I thought that's what would happen. Alright, Katie. Thanks. You take care. Self-aware trash can, welcome into the stream. Were those squid guys inspiration for the suckers in Bloodborne? In a roundabout way, you could say that, because they're just kind of a generic mind flayers almost. Okay, I knew we had more cells to open. Ow. scared of the patrolling dudes. Let me scroll back up. Spark notes weren't a thing when you were in school. You wouldn't sleep on Chat GPT in terms of academic dishonesty, for sure. It's terrible, man. Now it's like recommended that people use something like Google Docs that'll just like periodically save your projects and like give you timestamps so you can prove you weren't like plagiarizing straight from Chat GPT or GTP, whatever it is. It's like talking to the world's most confident liar. It's not actually lying, obviously, because it's not sentient, but it's a decent layman explanation. Yeah. A lot of the charm for ChatGPT or GTP is its clunkiness for the voice. But then you see Demon Souls and you think of how epic Ornstein and Smoke could be. It is ChatGTP. I don't know. I'm still a little bit salty that it's just like a straight up death floor or kill floor in that one spot. Because I thought I was being so clever my first time going through. But I think the reason why I thought I had to do that was because I didn't see the keys on the walls. Right, these are all unlocked. I was just so confused at how to proceed. Like, I legitimately thought that I couldn't do this area until I'd done something else in a different one. Alright, so I guess we do need to go through the trap area first. I guess it's not really first at this point, but... Time to actually go the proper way. Still salty about that. It's wild seeing college professors being like, yeah, I'm having to auto-fail students for using it to write their essays. College is way too expensive to be doing that kind of stupidity. So, this might come across as a hot take, but I swear to you it's not. And this is kind of a messed up paradigm thing to think about. But for a lot of people, going to college isn't like getting access to a better lifestyle. For many people, it's just maintenance. So they don't take it as seriously as they should, perhaps. Just because they don't realize, like, how advantaged they may have been. In college is just kind of like something that many people do. Although things are changing now with his, how common getting a degree is, and just like the overall saturation of college applicants in the job markets. Because it used to be just like going to school would pretty much guarantee somebody an okay job. But now it's kind of like becoming more of a prerequisite than anything, and it's kind of difficult to deal with. And just because of that, like, there's the whole adage of, like, C's make degrees. So, they're not wrong. Like, you could always just min-max what you need to succeed and get the next highest grade that you need. All right. Adam said, you believe I mentioned recently that I was taking Japanese language models in university. Can AI really substitute that presumably hands-on learning experience? Oh, I would say definitely not. Like, you could just compare, like, the most advanced, like, leading machine learning, like, translation tools that are out there, and they can be pretty decent at getting, like, one word definitions, but they're not exactly proficient at translation, especially on, like, anything more than just, like, the most basic of sentences. So they can be useful if there's, like, absolutely nothing else that you have at your disposal, but they could also be very misleading. And even with that being said, I mean, there's still issues with, like, human translations at times, just because of, like, how much subtext and context is required to understand Japanese at times. So I don't know how it would be for, like, a Romance language like Spanish or French to English. I imagine it'd be a lot easier to just use computers for that. But holy crap. Japanese is a lot less straightforward, is one way to describe it. Do I ever find myself making new characters or builds even though you don't finish a playthrough with your first character? In these games, kind of no, because I do as much as I possibly can on the one character. So I don't really come back unless it's, like, kind of years afterwards and I've forgotten mostly everything. Or if I'm doing a stream like this. Ponyboy says, it's also just not worth what it's advertised anymore. School. But yeah, you totally went to college because you were expected to, not because you knew what you were doing. Problem is that translation isn't a one-to-one input-output. You kind of have to finesse translations, right? Yeah. Especially like for localizations, because you want to make something sound natural in the target language. And that's a lot harder to do than, like, giving a literal translation. Like, my Bloodborne retranslations, like, they're very literal and they sound like garbage if you're just, like, trying to get it to, like, put it in the hands of somebody who doesn't understand the languages. I don't know if I can vault back up here, but I felt like I couldn't after I picked up that item, so I'm not going to worry about it. Or maybe I just forgot how vaulting worked. I just died for no reason. So you said you need to, like, time it to the sound? And then I think that's another death, or it just goes back that way. I'll worry about those after this thing. Stella dropped out twice because you were way too broke to keep going when you had no real degree aspiration. If you had tons of money, you'd probably just take classes that seemed cool without caring about a degree. You can vault up? Okay. Felt like I got stuck somewhere, so I wouldn't be surprised if it was just a skill issue. Uh-oh. So I was waiting for the sound rather than just like actually timing it. That run back's a little bit annoying. Yeah, and as Ponyboy brings up, the old Final Fantasy games on the NES were weirdly translated in a lot of places due to character limitations too. AI would fry itself under those conditions. And I mean, there are still like character limitations in video games. Like FromSoft games have probably had those issues at times. Like when we were looking at some of the descriptions in the 1.0 version of Elden Ring, there were overlapping characters or formatting. So there's also those kinds of special limitations to consider at times. Another interesting difficulty of translation, especially as we're coming into the more like dubbing aspect of translation, is also trying to fit the lines being delivered in a certain amount of frames. So on more cinematic games like the Final Fantasy VII Remake, that's more of a consideration that the developers and translators have had to consider. So after we kill this one, do we need... Which way do I go now? Oh no, we want to go to the left. And all the way down. But I'm going to be paranoid about holes until I have this like committed to muscle memory or whatever. Okay. You think that's part of the reason a lot of early games had weird dialogue in general? Oh yeah, definitely. Like a lot of games only allowed like 4 characters for the player's name. So just imagine like what most of the dialogue was, because like a lot of English words, let's say like the average English word is like 5 letters, but you could say like the average kanji is 1 to 4, and with mostly being like 1 and 2. But then again, there's still like conjugation and stuff, so it's not quite that simple. And there's also like the particles for like sentence deconstruction. But it's not a stretch of the imagination to say like Japanese and Chinese are much more, and even Korean is much more compact in terms of like informational density than English is. I tried rolling. That sucks. You're brave. Good. Yeah, I thought I like originally came in through this way. Did I ever pick up my souls? No. Where did I die? Oh, I died into the thing. Yeah, so let's go pick those up. Ponyboy remembers hearing the guy doing the translations on the Final Fantasy games was wild. Dude nearly sent himself to the hospital getting it done because he threw it all out at one point because the character's limit screwed him. Yeah, I'm assuming you're going to be talking about like Ted Woolsey. And he's kind of a legend because like some of his translations are kind of goofy, but there could be any number of explanations for them. Like sometimes he said like his level of Japanese just wasn't up to par, like he bit off more than he can chew. And other parts would just be like character limits and just like time limits. Like because of the time limit, he just had to work with whatever came to his mind first. And that's where you get some like the Woolseyisms, like you spoony bard is one like iconic phrase that comes in Final Fantasy IV, or technically Final Fantasy II, as it was released in the U.S. and I think in the West rather, because I don't even remember what the Japanese for it was, but Legends of Localization has covered quite a lot of these differences, and I think Clyde has even like talked to some of the translators for certain things to get a few more of their inputs on that. Oh no, I'm thinking of like the fan mods for Final Fantasy VI. Okay, let me hydrate real quick. You remember reading something to that effect? Chinese is a very information dense language. So yeah, like one example would be like if you look at Harry Potter in English compared to like the Japanese version, like the literal thicknesses of the books are going to be vastly different. Like I have the Japanese version of the Harry Potter, and actually let me grab it real quick. I think it's only like 100 pages, if even that much. 1 second. All right, I'm back. I actually forgot that, at least in this version of it that I have, it comes in 2 books. So, Harry Potter to Kenji no Ishi. The first volume has... So, I kind of misremembered. About 250 pages. A bit less, probably, because of, like, credits and whatnot, but still. Yeah, and same as the other one. So, like 500? How many pages is in the English version of Harry Potter paperback? Well, these are also very small. They're like about the size of my hand. They're shorter than my hand. Anyway, regardless, the amount of information that can be contained within one character in Japanese is much larger than like one single letter of English. So, or Roman numerals and whatnot. So yeah, it's very dense in comparison. And I'm assuming Chinese is even more condensed because it doesn't have like the sentence particles and whatnot. Adam Irwin has been putting your students' questions into ChatGPT for the past week or so, and it's not identifying the Y in the same way that a human piano teacher will. Wait, you teach your students piano? And you've been putting your questions into ChatGPT to get piano answers? Curious how that would work. You're not sure if that's mirrored in language learning? Yeah, I haven't messed around with ChatGPT just because I know, like, it's not very reliable, so it just kind of takes my interest in it. Alfarius asks if I'm going to take on the boss. Maybe. I want to save, like, Freke first, and then I might do the Fool's Idol. I one-shot her because I had, killed the gimmick guy the first time I came through here. Okay, so we can't go in that way yet. We should be able to open it from the inside, because I remember coming out this way. Yeah, I did something different, I think, the first time through, because I felt like I came out this way and turned it off from the back. This is a big roundabout, yeah, okay. So I must have done something different. But I might just be misremembering. Yeah, because there were a lot of the red phantoms of the mind flayers over here and in that other room. Yeah, let's climb up this. It's because of Chinese, because kanji reflects Chinese, yeah. Chinese has very specific phonotactics and tones, so you really get the most out of words. Okay, you teach piano and music theory in general. Interesting that you'd use ChatGPT. Yeah, I couldn't imagine it'd be able to answer students' questions particularly well. At least I would hope not with like music, but who knows? Burden. So don't these gargoyles jump down and attack the player eventually? It was even more the case in the older varieties of Chinese. You watched a bit of a Korean teacher testing it. Once you went past simple stuff, it starts having trouble. So the thing is, like, ChatGPT just regurgitates what other people say. It's kind of like word salad. So if you're trying to get, like, super detailed answers, you need to have been provided those super detailed answers. So it's best at answering the basic things because that's just kind of how like knowledge works. It doesn't take much time investment to get familiar with a topic, but it takes a lot to get knowledgeable about a topic. So what did I just pick up? I know we got a catalyst and silver catalyst, and I don't remember the set. A silver catalyst for casting magic, bestowed only to magicians of the distinguished Yormadar school. A unique enchantment increases the wielder's maximum MP. So I should definitely equip this one instead of the wooden one. It's a little bit heavier, but we can afford the weight. Wait. What's my MP? Huh? Oh, that's kind of wonky. So just switching weapons removes the effect. I mean, it makes sense, but it's disappointing. You just, oh yeah, the Air Force AI killing the instructor. I wouldn't really blame the AI. I mean, obviously it did what it did, but they just put in some really strange parameters for that testing that should have never worked from what I read about that. I mean, tragic situation, don't get me wrong, but like, what were they thinking? That's just silly. This gate always bothered me. I think there were red phantom dudes in these towers as well. Or maybe on one of the, I don't know what to call it, the rampart up here. It's not really a rampart. Walkway. We got a Mandalorian fan here. Now this, I wonder if this note was actually made before that was even a show. Actually, I don't know when Season 1 came out versus when this came out. Phonotactics are the rules for how words are formed in a language. So for example, the maximal syllable in Japanese is consonant. I don't know what CGVN is. Oh, consonant, glide, vowel. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Because, like, sha. Consonant, glide, vowel, and a coda of various types. The only red phantoms you know of is the one down there in the middle? Okay. Oh, not like not like a player one, but I'm talking about, like, the mind players when I was in Pure Black. It aggregates a lot of what's commonly available, but it can't fix your performance or your oral in terms of Japanese. Kyo and Chan. Oh, so probably like Chinese pronunciations are examples of maximal syllables. Consonant, glide, vowel, vowel, and consonant, glide, vowel, coda? What's the N? I'm like, noun. That doesn't make sense. Nasal. Okay. Okay. Try normal attack. I almost let this dude live my first time playing through. But you know me. Did not allow that to happen. So he's kind of animating the Fool's Idol down there, or at least one of her? I don't know. Is he the Fool's Idol? She still attacks us even after he's dead, but he allows her to work her magic. So 1, 2, 3, 4 orbs? 5? Hey, we got like a lotus looking like thing. Star of David type thing. Almost with like the Elden Ring runes of like the 2 fingers, but these are a bit different. I really do enjoy having the photo mode though.
What do you want? I am but a humble servant. I do not wish to interfere. I won't cause you trouble. I won't. What do you want? I am but I won't cause you trouble.
Screw this table. I wonder if that's enough to disrupt the ritual. I assume not. Okay. The chat's getting too smart for you and you're pretty smart. Sorry, man. Chinese has similar maximal syllables, but it has more of every single one of those parts. Because, like, the tones and stuff. Just trying to cling on to some careers that won't be brutally overtaken by toasters. Hey, man. The brave little toaster could. You see it like him putting energy in, you fight it, kill it, and he puts more energy in to restore the doll. Yeah, that's kind of how I figured it would work. Just spitballing some ideas there. You watched a VOD of all the bosses speedrun of DS1 the other day, and the guy in his chat were talking about the quantum mechanics for half of it. Rest assured, I will not get into quantum mechanics. So, we did not finish what we needed to do in the tower. So maybe we need to pick something up on the bridges over here. Oops. If you ever compare Japanese to Chinese, you'll notice that it's very easy to predict what the Japanese will sound like from the Chinese, but not the other way around. Oh yeah, of course, because the language got imported one way, really. Not much need of Japanese in Chinese. Except for like silk trade stuff, but I mean, Japanese is very insular. Yeah, I think I just forgot about vaulting the one time. Hey guys, we found the Ray Lucaria towers. Mercury Raper, +1. I feel like that's a death drop. I think I tried doing that before. Yeah. So we need to go back in... Oops. Back in the tower somehow. And find what we missed. I bet it's probably like in this area. Oops, not this area, but... Oh yeah, I was like, why is he back? Because we didn't kill him this time. Now that I think about it, I wouldn't be surprised if it's like a key on one of these walls. Got a little bit cheeky there. No, I haven't grabbed Freke's key. I'm trying to remember where it is. Oh, it's by the magician doing the doll spell? Damn it. So I did need to go this way. Okay. Thanks for that. Because I would have like looked here next and then probably through the rest of the tower. Yeah, it's going to be like, oh, I wouldn't be surprised if it's right here. But apparently it's not. All right. This is making me regret not buying the Nexial binding thing from Ashes. That's not what it's called, but the one that just allows us to return. Because, man, these runs are long. Still nothing quite on the level of... okay, I see the blink now. Were the keys just a bit more noticeable in the original? I wonder. Because they're pretty hard to spot in this one. The Arkstone shard? Yeah, that's what I meant. Thank you. Nexus, Arkstone, potato. I feel like Matt Damon aging Benjamin Button style. Was it Damon or was it Affleck? I think it was Damon, right? It is Damon. Okay, thanks, Phobos. Why did I do that? Don't remember what was up here, but now we have a new key. Zoink Scoob. The statue of the woman praying kind of reminds me of the sarcophagi in Ray Lucaria and what's called the Elphiel room before Millennia. They are obviously different, but... So we shouldn't have gotten the key to save our guy, but maybe we did. This should be Freke's key. Oh no. Okay. Language evolution isn't really a straight line. Okay, so the warden key opens this side. It's progress. Sweet. Thanks for the key tip, because that would have taken me a long time.
Magnificent. I never expected I might escape alive. My name is Freke. I am known as a sage. I thought to claim a demon's soul or two for the sake of my magic. But just look at me now. I have been enfeebled by my long imprisonment. But I can still move my legs, and I can make it back to the Nexus. I thank the stars that my confinement lasts no longer. I owe you my life. I have been enfeebled by my long imprisonment. But I can still move my legs, and I can make it back to the Nexus.
Right, Sage Freke was one of Miyazaki's favorites, apparently. We picked up Gary's stiletto. Though this exceedingly small rapier lacks the cutting edge, it is enchanted by a unique spell. Crafted by Gary, known for his magic handicrafts, and friend to Sage Freke the Visionary. Drains a small amount of MP from targets. Oh, it drains it? That's actually probably really good. Let me... see, how does that compare to the Chris? 62, 40, but it has a little bit more physical. Might be able to actually upgrade it. Alright. Consider how English is extremely divergent, yet it's the only big Germanic language to keep both the W and TH sounds intact. And Celis says, from what they can tell, it's a matter of decades till Brazilian and European Portuguese are going to be considered completely separate languages. It'd probably be longer than decades. Because it takes a really long time for, like, dialects to just completely become their own languages. Don't we have keys on walls somewhere down here? So maybe I just did misremember the original dart trap. Renowned hero soul. It's probably in the big room. If anywhere, right? They've been geographically separate for about 200 years. But I mean, there's like people still understand both. I mean, obviously there's differences, but I don't think quite near enough to be on the level of a different language, though. So what do we do here? Because we still haven't found... what we need. For Rydell, right? It's also very curious that there's so many walls here instead of like cells. But I guess this is just meant to be a shortcut this way? So we didn't fight any minister yet. I don't remember another minister being up top. Not up top, but like up ahead. Yeah, with Spanish you can understand like 70% of Portuguese written in particular. Was there any other place to go with the warden key? So wait, we're missing that. How do we get there? Oh, I think I need to go down and then up. Oh, okay, yeah. I didn't try to open that yet? I just want to finish this section. Still funny how Spain has that list because hundreds of years ago their king had one, so they all mimicked him. What? I've never heard that. Wait, so we should have come up here, right? Oh, but it was locked before. Right. It's still locked? Barcelona has a TH sound in it? Language is a dialect with an army and a navy? Not entirely wrong. I like that goat, though. Wait, what's glowing over there? Just a blood splatter? I think he forgot about vaulting too. So we need to like go back all the way up to the top kind of to look for any other additional closed doors, or were there any down here? I know that's got the death drop. And while I might have a decent sense of direction, I don't remember what I did 3 minutes ago. Well, I guess it would have been longer than 3 minutes at this point. 12 minutes ago. Longer still, I know. Alright, so bottom floor is clear. Alright, officially cleared. So second floor should have been cleared as well, minus what we can't get to. Don't ever think I looked this way. Okay. So this is third floor. So we got Freke out of the way, so that part's clear. Or east is cleared. Oh yeah, let's talk to her, use some of our souls.
It's you.
Guess I don't really need to buy any of these. Plague. Maybe I need a couple more for like the other place. Oh, whatever.
Well, I wish to stay here.
I should have listened to her dialogue. Okay. Is this drop fine? How do we go that way? So we just come up from the bottom. Barcelona. Lefty J, welcome into the stream. Mission complete. The fun one is when do languages go from pidgins to Creole to their own language, which doesn't really happen anymore because we have so much formalized language education now. He's cheating. I'm gonna lose this gunfight, apparently. Let's use our last half moon grass and then just drop down. Man, I thought I rolled through that. I knew he was down here. So I just made willingly bad decisions, is what I'm saying. Or knowingly bad decisions. So we're back on the Freke floor. I didn't mean to do that. Oh, maybe that's what I did. I just walked up to them and circle strafed them. So we should have the 2 spear dudes, right? And so the Freke side is clear. It'd be really annoying if it's like on the walls of one of these things. Lefty said in the original version you didn't vault in the tutorial, so for many this was their first heart attack. That's funny. I'm surprised that worked. We found a locked door with nothing in it. Oh, this is the Arkstone. Okay. I have to be missing something, right? So I don't go through this silly room. Oh, we missed one. Boba says, this talk should remind you, you found a couple instances of the Saddam script being used in Sekiro, which you'll post in the Discord if you can ever remember your password for it. Cool. Okay, that'd be cool. If you use just like your internet browser, you should be able to access the Discord that way. So you might not need to use the same account, I guess. If you just use like a throwaway email or something. I'm gonna double check the walls in here. So instead of going that way, we'll go this way. Uh-oh. At the death floor. But he got by something, huh? So we should have our mind flayer around the big corner. Fudge. Don't walk into it. Oh, thank goodness. Oh man, I should have died. And I probably should have got there too. So I picked that one up. This just takes us back to here. So I don't think I'm missing anything. Let's go back around and go on the right side, I guess. Maybe it's beyond the Fool's Idol. So we definitely looked at all these, and these are all open. Am I missing something, chat? Or no? I think these are the last rooms to check. It's just her. And we fell. It's weird that they have items on them now. I feel like I had that issue the first time I played it where I'd fight something, but I didn't see them actually drop anything, and then I came back and they had items. And this is the Sage Freke one. Confused. Okay, so process of elimination means we just need to go back to the new area that we unlocked and find something that we missed. Or something on the very first bottom floor. Yeah, I'm trying to save the constipated guy. He sounded super cramped up in the OG. Wait, let's look at all these walls in case there's like a random doorway. Nope. Okay. Without spoilers, I can't right now? Okay. Thank you. Appreciate that. Because I've just been wasting a lot of time then. So we will go do the Fool's Idol then. Now that we've cleared this place out for like the third time in a row. The bad thing about this run right now is just because of how long it's taking. It's making me enjoy Castle Latria or Tower Latria a lot less. Because I'm like trying to find absolutely everything. So I guess this is a shortcut now. What is that noise? So let me just double check if this thing doesn't cross over anywhere. I didn't think it did. Yeah, that's great. Let's just double check to be triply safe. That's a little bit annoying. But I mean, it makes sense. There was no like fat official anywhere. I just thought there'd be a way to like get there. This map is great because of how loopy it is. You played this game plenty of times, you still get lost here. I remembered a decent amount more than I thought I would have. Don't these things start jumping down at us, or do we just get invaded? She's invisible. She has no name. How is she not taking more damage? Oh, she is. She just has a crazy amount of health. Fool's idol is cake. Only boss that didn't kill you. The assassin before the door killed you lots, though. It's weird that I can't keep her stun locked. I don't think I have enough. But I had all that I needed. Thanks for the GG. Fool's idol is Pinwheel's grandmother. Ooh, that's I feel like Fool's idol is probably tougher than Pinwheel, right? Although when I first came here, I was kind of low leveled. Oh, I should have dropped down. There was an item over there. Okay. Let's think about this. We're a little bit low on heals. I guess this doesn't point out our way to fire more than I'd like, or as well as I'd like, rather. I don't know if this is going to help me, but may as well just try it before going in there. I know this is a really big departure from the original design of the Fool's Idol, but I do like the appearance of it nonetheless. Dude, why is the controller vibrating? Oh, is it because I'm cloaked? Can we backstab her? Does she have an aura? Okay, no, she just disappeared, so I just wasted a lot of DPS potential, essentially. And then she places traps on the floor, which bind and disappear. Ow. Oh, she doesn't do a lot of damage. That's a fake. Wait, do the fakes disappear after you hit them? Uh-oh. Roll away! After you guys talked all that trash, you almost jinxed me. Feels like I'm rolling slowly. Ah. Let's be safe. Why? Oh, I was out of stamina, that's why. Let's go around it. We did it! The real one fires stronger projectiles. That's a terrible way to learn. Some baguette for spaghetti. Funny thing is, we have a regular who's called God of Spaghetti. The original was your waifu. The real one fires stronger projectiles. Okay. I don't know if this takes longer than OG. I'm like, my build is kind of a bit wonky. And I could have upgraded my weapon more, but I haven't. Right. So I guess we need to go to the altar next. And you guys told me about the baby nail, which I appreciate. I think I grabbed it the first time in the middle of the fight as well. Wait, what are the other things that I just picked up? My mind was elsewhere. Anyway. The color of the real lady's projectile is different? Oh, the color of it? The copies only do one attack. Okay. Yeah, I almost lost to the VTuber. I got, like, chain stunned. A storied soldier's soul. Okay, thank you. Let's check out our baby nail. This dagger laced with plague is curved like a talon, often wielded by women and children in assassinations. Even among specialized weapons, this is a particularly dreadful choice. Cool. So where's the plague part of it? Oh, I see. Is the plague even any any good in this game? No, somebody else said I almost lost to the VTuber, so I was just humoring them. It just always confused me that the Batwing demons in Demon Souls or Dark Souls never just like grabbed the player and then just dropped them from height. Because that would have been a surefire way to make sure the protagonist never completed their mission. It's always a bit weird how they helped them too. We got the dull Demon Soul. Sweet. Let's us go to the Nexus. It's like Scarlet Rot. Okay. Special upgrades are hard to find. Go swim in the plague swamps and find out. Alright, so Tower of Latria's Upper Latria. This sacred space, which holds together the northern land of Boletaria, connects to all other Arkstones across the earth. That's the Nexus. Arkstone of the Fool's Idol Demon. A church devoted to an idol that mimicked the queen gave the prisoners a ray of hope, but no doubt a deep malice awaited them, poised to mercilessly dash what faint dreams they had. So now we should have Freke in there and everything, but... Interesting. Let's save that for next time, because that way I'll like figure out what spells and stuff to buy. Because it's been quite a bit of a longer adventure today due to me just being lost in Latria and also just not knowing that you can't get the dude in the area that you're in, because why would you be able to? So anyway, everybody who's stopped on by, whether you've been commenting and lurking, I appreciate it as always. We will be going live again at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so hopefully we'll see you again then. And if not, there's always the VODs that are going to be available. So once again, plugging the Discord. If you guys want to join in the community, it'd be much appreciated. But yeah, that'll be it for tonight. Thanks for watching, and as always, take care, and Last Protagonist out.